Hi, welcome to TLC's Creative Art Corner. I'm Miss Susan and I hope you had a blessed week. Last time we learned about oil pastels and we looked at some samples and we did a reverse drawing. Today we are going to use oil pastels and we're going to make a stained glass. So here's an example. This is a flower and a vase, sort of on a table, but it's a window. You know, it's going to look like a window. It's what a stained glass is. It's for window. Okay, so this is one option, and we always outline it in black, whatever you do. And here I ombrayed some of the colors, meaning I went from dark to light, so I try to vary the color rather than just a solid color. But you can do solid color if that's what you like. Another option is to do a landscape. My friend's daughter, Nada, did this one. So this is really kind of simple, but it's very, very effective. And as you can see, it's also outlined in black. And then my friend Liz, she did a tree in a sunset sort of idea. And also, the tree is outlined in black, and she tried to vary the colors from different colors to blend them in and out, so that's something you can do as well. So there's lots of options to do with oil pastels. So what materials will we need? First, we're going to protect our surface and we're going to wear an apron because oil pastels are messy. You want to have a smooth surface. You're going to need a pencil, a ruler, oil pastels, paper. A4 copy paper is fine. You can use watercolor paper, smooth paper, any kind of drawing paper, textured paper, it doesn't matter. It all works very well with oil pastels. Another option you can do is go online and do a search coloring pages, stained glass. And here's some examples that I picked up. Here's the Holy Spirit, which would be very nice to do. Okay. And here's another landscape. As you can see, it's already framed. So you could do this in black and you already have your lines where you're going to draw. Okay. Here's a stained glass window. This would be very effective as well. It's already done for you, just color it in. And then here's a parrot. Now sometimes you might find something that isn't under stained glass, but what you can do is make it a stained glass. And one thing you would do, you want to give it a frame. So you could just take your ruler and mark out where you want your frame and all the way around. Okay. And even up in these corners, it's okay that you put another color there. Okay, so that's my frame. And then I can decide if I want to do parallel lines up and down or diagonal. I prefer the diagonal lines. So you can decide what kind of lines you want to put where. This is what you can do if you don't have a stained glass per se. Say it's your favorite animal or something. So you can make it into a stained glass. So here's what I did for mine. Okay, so that's an option. We will also need to have paper towel or our cloth because it does get messy, like I said. Okay, so hit pause, go get your materials, come on back, and we'll do the project together. Welcome back. Now the first thing we're going to do is get our piece of paper, our pencil, and we're going to need our ruler. And we're going to lightly sketch in our design. I'm going to lightly sketch my line. Now I'll probably do my lines a little bit darker so that you can see them. Okay, so I have a line there. And then I'm going to just break this up into different areas. Now I'm using a watercolor paper that's textured, but you can use any kind of paper you want. A4 copy paper is absolutely fine for this. But I have this textured paper. So here I have my design, and now I'm going to decide my colors. So I think I'm going to do a yellow and an orange here. I'm going to use analogous colors. So I'm going to use two colors in each space and blend them out. But you can do just one color if that's what you want to do. Up to you. You're the artist. Okay, so I'm going to do a yellow and an orange here. Alright, so that's how I'm going to lay my colors out, and I'm going to start in the middle and work my way out so that my hand isn't going into the making messes. Now, because oil pastels can be very messy, I'm going to give you some tips to try to make it so that it's cleaner for you. It stays cleaner. Okay, so what you want to do is have a piece of paper where you can put down on the paper, so you can, if you want to put your hand down. They suggest when you use oil pastels to just scribble with your hand up, but we all want to put our hand down, and so we want to put a piece of paper down so we're putting our hand on this clean paper and not onto the surface that's already colored and making a mess, because that was one thing you want to do. And you also want to have another sheet of paper on the side to clean your pastels, because every time you use them they pick up other colors. Okay, let me show you this. Especially, it's very evident on the yellow. Or here's an orange one. See, you can see the crayon, it picks up other colors. So as you can see, if I started using it, I get other colors in with it that I don't want. So we have to clean the crayon off. So we just have to do this every time and get the colors off. So we want to do that before we use it and then again after. So see, there's some color there so that you don't want. Okay. Well, sometimes it doesn't matter because if you're going to use the orange and the red together, all well and good. Okay. So that's something you're going to want to do. And then as the crayon, see, there's always buildup. Here's some buildup right here, you know, and that you're going to have to come off. And it depends on the brand of the oil pastel as well. Some are much softer than others, and then you get a lot of this flaking of the shavings, like, you know, I don't know how to explain it, but it's a buildup, and you have to clean the crayon off. And then you would do this, okay? And I'll show you that as we go along. Okay, so I'm going to start with my yellow. And I'm going to just, you can start like this. Okay. And I want to vary it so it's darker at the top and comes down lighter. So my yellow is going to be down here. Okay, but I can blend the whole thing up here. Okay. And then as I go, I can layer it. Then I want to take my orange, be sure it's clean. Oops, I keep doing that. Okay. And up here I want the orange. So you can do it flat on the thing here, on the thing. And some people, you know, like if you wanted to leave it like this texture-y, that's perfectly fine too. Or you can rub it in and smudge it with a earbud, or you can use your finger. Okay, start adding more pressure, and then I'm going to come down here, and I can add more pressure. So I want it more yellow down here. And then I'm going to blend it. Put some yellow here. See, it's picking up the orange and moving it, which is okay because I'm going to blend them at this point. And you just keep layering it. Eventually it gets in there. But if you have the A4 smooth paper, yeah, it goes right down. And you'll see as you work with them. Okay, and then as it comes to the seam, I'm going to like go over the seam. And I like to use the circular motion. And so I get a lighter orange color here. And even if I didn't have all yellow at the bottom, that's perfectly all right. I don't want this hard line. I want it to be soft. Now if I wanted, I could take an earbud and try to smudge it. But I don't always like the effect of this, but it depends on the effect that you want. And I can try my finger. So you can really smudge it with finger. But again, you have to be sure your finger is clean all the time. And this can be, you know, get fatigue, but you know, so here you can blend very nicely with this. Okay, or you can also take a paper towel, and you can try blending it this way as well with the paper towel. See, and you get a nice little blend after a while. Okay, so we can leave that color for now, and we can come back to another one. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and do this bigger space over here. And I want it to be dark from the top down, and I'm going to do the orange again. Yeah. Okay. And since I want it darker at the top and come down lighter, to the edge. See, I want to keep this covered so it doesn't get bad. And I might even put another paper here, okay, so I'm protected. Just going to continue this process with each color and then go around and keep covering so that you don't get a problem there, and then until we're finished. So after all of your spaces are colored, you're going to outline each space with black. Now here's mine that I've done so far, and I already started with the black crayon. So let me show you how we do that. We don't need to use a ruler here. Okay, because I like the natural look of, even if it's not exactly straight, I like the natural look of it. It looks more like art rather than something that's manufactured. Okay, so I might use my little paper here to keep my hand steady. Okay, and I'm going to just come. And sometimes we have to go around twice. So here's my piece now that I've colored it all around with black. So the black really makes the colors pop out, and I just love that. Now the last thing we need to do is to mount this on construction paper. I chose black, but you can use whatever color you have. And then I want to put a cover on it, a clear book cover laminating piece on it to finish it off. So I'm just going to use this as it is, rather than cut it down with an even frame around. You can do that, or you can just leave the paper, make it work on the paper. I kind of like this idea, so I'm going to do that. Take my glue stick, trusted glue stick here. Now I put the glue on the piece of paper and I set it down, but I need to press it down so it stays. So I'm going to use a clean piece of paper on top, because if I start doing this, I'm going to smudge the colors, and that's not what we want to do. We want it to be the way it is, pretty as it is. So we're just going to lay this down on top, and now I can put pressure on so that it's glued down. Now here we have our finished piece. All right, one thing I want to say about laminating like this is that over time, oil, lots of things don't stick to oil. Okay, so what might happen after a while, I don't know if you can see it on this one, but it might buckle up. Or not buckle up, but separate. But it gives a real nice crinkle look to the piece itself. So it makes it just look more antique-y, and I really like that effect. So I don't think it's, I wouldn't make it an issue. So it's really nice. Okay, so we have this one as well. And you can decide how you want to hang it. I didn't put my initials on it because I don't know how I want to hang it yet, because I don't want to have my initials upside down. So it's not important. But I know the thing is that I made this and you made yours. I hope you enjoyed working with oil pastels. I did. Even though they're a little bit messy, I just love all the possible effects that you can do with them, and it makes all the mess worth the while. So I look forward to seeing your stained glass. So please send me your masterpiece to the address there on the screen, and we'll post them on our website. Also, send me your suggestions and comments. Tell me what kind of problems you had with the oil pastels and how you solved them. So let's hear your ideas. Until next time, stay safe, be healthy, and be a blessing to others. Bye-bye.